I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association. That's the Special District Association responsible for bringing the area free-to-access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station. If there's a news story or event information that you would like to share, you can call us at 970-677-4119. And if you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Monday program for July 27th, 2020. DCTV Daily News. The Dove Creek Press covered last week's Dove Creek Town Board meeting. They wrote that the meeting started with the opening of the public hearing. This was done to have the second and final reading of Ordinance Number 217, an ordinance adopting the 2020 Model Traffic Code by reference and setting fines and court costs. Sheriff Wilson requested clarification on whether the court costs would be town or state costs. Attorney Green stated that they would follow town court costs and there would be no DNA charges. Court costs would go up to $30 and fines would increase to match the state fines. The ordinance was passed unanimously. The public hearing was then closed and the regular meeting started with discussion with the county emergency manager regarding the governor's orders last week for mask wearing. Keith Kiesling stated it is essentially a mandatory mask order in all indoor public places for all citizens age 11 and older. It's also requiring businesses to refuse service to people entering their businesses without masks. Those who won't wear a mask can be charged with trespassing, although enforcement will most likely not happen in Dove Creek. Businesses are also required to post a sign stating that masks will be required at their entryway. He stated that the order also contains wording that businesses could lose their business license, at least temporarily, for failure to comply. The fact that there is wording stating licensing could be suspended or terminated in the order most likely means that there is intent to do so. This will happen at the state level. There is nothing the town or county can do to help in this regard. If our businesses can be shut down by inspectors from elsewhere, it seems as if it is our job to help our businesses stay open and wear a mask, whether we believe in the mask or the order or not, he said. And in other Dolores County updates, the Public Health Department has just adjusted the previous graphic on the number of coronavirus cases in Dolores County. We started with one recovered and then added a second one, which turned out to be not a resident in the county. So that one is back off the books, as it were. With many getting negative results back and some not officially receiving the negative result, just not hearing back as recorded negative if it isn't positive. What that means is there may be a lot more tested that came back negative that aren't on the numbers. So the only number we are looking at right now is one recovered case and no deaths in the county, thankfully. All in all, this entire system nationwide has been confusing and complex to the point of saturation of many people's attention to even be concerned which way any of the quote data is coming to the public. That's a shame. We still need to be vigilant to keep healthy, wash your hands, keep your immune system healthy. It's also been difficult as the allergy season hit heavy last week, causing a lot of similar symptoms such as sore throats and runny noses. Speaking of runny noses, it's usually the case in the fall when the kids go back to school. There'll be a fall flu or cold that runs through the classes, and we shall see what the fall school season will look like very soon. On Thursday, July 30th at 6 p.m., there will be a discussion workshop for reopening plans for this school year here in Dove Creek. The workshop will be held in the Commons area at the high school. And now let's take a look at the local weather for the week. So our weather today is scattered showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon, though there were some sprinkles out there this morning as well. Then 60% chance for showers and possibly a thunderstorm after 4 p.m. today. Partly sunny and a high near 81 degrees with south winds light at 5 to 10 miles an hour. We got about an inch of rain over the last few days southwest of Dove Creek. So let us know what you got on your weather stations. If you'd like to, you can send it into dcbnnews@gmail.com. Tonight we're looking for showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm before 9 p.m. with a 70% chance, and then scattered showers and thunderstorms between 9 and 3 a.m. and then scattered showers after 3 a.m. So basically it's likely rain sometime somewhere where you are overnight. Mostly cloudy and a low around 57 with southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming light. Into Tuesday, more scattered showers with thunderstorms also possible in the afternoon. Tuesday, it's about a 40% chance at this point. Mostly sunny and a high near 81 degrees with east winds around 5 miles an hour. Tuesday night, clear and a low around 56. For Wednesday, we start to heat up a bit and look for a sunny day with a high near 87 degrees. It could be a little bit gusty for Wednesday. And then, Wednesday night, clear and a low around 57. For Thursday, back into the hot, sunny summer with a high near 89 degrees. Thursday night, mostly clear and a low around 58. For Friday, again, sunny with a high near 90 degrees. Friday night, mostly clear and a low around 60. And the summer heat is back for the weekend as we head into August for Saturday. Sunny with a high near 89, with Saturday night partly cloudy and a low around 59. And Sunday is also looking to be a hot, sunny day. And now, back to our news. In some places, there was quite some heavy rain this past weekend, and CDOT is cautioning that this could bring rock falls across area roadways. The Durango Herald reported with a file photo. Heavy monsoonal rains are expected in southwest Colorado through Tuesday, prompting the National Weather Service to issue an unusual situation report to alert the public and first responders to be alert for everything from flash floods to rock falls on highways and roads. Quote, "It was just to give a bit of a heads up to the public emergency managers. We want to keep people in the loop because this is kind of the first real monsoonal setup this year. We want everyone to be aware of the potential for heavy rainfall, flash flooding and debris flows, especially in the burn scars area," said Mark Miller, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service out of Grand Junction. According to the situation report, excessive rainfall with totals that could exceed an inch in spots were expected through Sunday in the San Juan Mountains, particularly east of U.S. Highway 550. The situation report states the plume of moisture is shifting south and east on Sunday and leaves slot canyons and burn scars especially vulnerable, mentioning the burn scars from the 416 fire, the East Canyon fire, and the Lake Christine fire by name. Miller expected the heaviest showers in the late afternoon and continuing into the evening. Lisa Schwantes, a spokeswoman with the Colorado Department of Transportation, said about 4 a.m. on Saturday, a rock slide closed one lane of traffic on Colorado Highway 145 north of Telluride near Placerville. Quote, "We had a lane that was blocked for about an hour and a half. We got a crew out there and we're directing traffic, but we're alerting crews to be ready to respond to rock falls," Schwantes said. In addition, Schwantes said that numerous reports of rocks falling have come from Red Mountain Pass just south of Ouray. "We want the traveling public to know when we are experiencing these heavy rains, it causes the rocks on cliff sides to loosen and fall, and possibly fall into the roadway. Just be aware of your surroundings and slow down," she said. Schwartz said that motorists can minimize the chances they will be delayed by rock falls if they can delay travel until 2 or 3 hours after rainfalls. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, a weather measurement station near the Animas River at Tall Timber Resort has received 1.26 inches of rain in the past 7 days. The station on the river near the Durango pumping plant has received 0.97 inches of rain in the past 7 days. And a station on the river near Cedar Hill, New Mexico, has received 1.45 inches in the past 7 days. Heavy rains, again, most likely in the late afternoons into the evening hours, remains a possibility in southwest Colorado, as we reported through Tuesday. Miller also said this. On Wednesday, a high-pressure system is expected to build over the Four Corners, bringing drier and hotter weather. Isolated and scattered rain showers could still be possible on Wednesday and later in the week, but they will likely be confined to the high country, he said. And Jerry McBride's photo, who does a lot of beautiful photos for the Durango Herald, shows watering irrigation going full blast. That might not be the sight for long. Here's some more news around the weather. Of course, it rains when they are attempting to take out the wheat, which was quite sparse weight-wise in many locations due to the timing of no moisture earlier this spring. This is what the Durango Herald reported on the update of the water issues for our area this season. In arid southwest Colorado, farmers live rainstorm to rainstorm. The dark gray clouds that gather every afternoon since last week have been a reprieve for the region after a hot, dry spring. Quote, "Every little bit helps," said Gus Westerman, Dolores County Agricultural Extension Agent, as the only natural water Dolores receives is the rain. On Friday, as afternoon rain showers picked up in southwest Colorado, Dolores received as much moisture in one afternoon as it has since April, Westerman said. "We are an agricultural-based economy," he said, "so success in agriculture trickles down to the rest of the local economy." Macon Holcomb, senior climate specialist for the Colorado Conservation Board, said, quote, Everyone has been wringing their hands and waiting for the monsoon to come. It is always hard to predict when the rains will start, but last fall they were absent, she said. La Plata County and Montezuma County have not seen a lot of moisture either, said Cortez agriculture expert Bob Bragg. The Mancos area is running out of water as well as La Plata County, he said. Lemon Reservoir never reached 100% capacity in the spring, with a high point of 81% capacity in early June. If this is monsoon season, we're in trouble, Bragg said. Kent Beck, superintendent on the Pine River Irrigation District, said water is falling about a foot per day. The monsoon rains haven't done a whole lot for us yet. We're hoping that they do more, Beck said. There are strict rules for irrigators on how water can be used to stretch the supply as far as it can go. The Dolores Water Conservancy District allocates a certain amount of water per year to producers in the county who grow mostly alfalfa, a high-quality hay, hard red spring wheat, and pinto beans. Last year, the water budget for farmers was 22 inches, but the Conservancy cut it back to 19 or 20 inches this year because of the dry spring. Mark Williams, a hay farmer along the Pine River, said that the last rainstorm brought close to an inch of water, which helps because it puts nitrogen in the soil and increases how long farmers can run irrigation. And grass in the pastures jumped an inch, Williams said. We haven't had that, he said. High winds combined with the heat and dryness of spring and early summer exacerbates problems for farmers. Strong winds can evaporate the natural moisture that plants produce during photosynthesis, Bragg said. Westerly winds have also left the western halves of the fields dry because they blow irrigation water from sprinklers away from the crops, he said. People who rely on aquifers and wells don't feel the effects of drought conditions as much, said Kevin Rain, state engineer and director of the Colorado Division of Water Resources. But farmers in southwest Colorado rely directly on rivers and streams. High temperatures in the spring melted snow faster than normal. The runoff from the snowmelt was absorbed quickly into the bone-dry soil, which soaked it in like a sponge. Because the soil was already incredibly dry from a virtually rainless fall, the snowmelt didn't restore the river levels to normal. And little rainfall over the spring and early summer kept them relatively low, leading to drought conditions, said Holcomb with the Colorado Water Conservation Board. During dry years like this, it can be more difficult to parse out water rights between different users upstream and downstream because there is less of it, Rain said. And even though reservoirs were 100% full across the state in the spring, quote, we rely on these reservoirs through the summer months, Holcomb said. The compounding crisis of COVID-19 and the drought can have, quote, lasting impacts on rural mountain economies, Holcomb said. Drought is not something that passes through like a flood, she said. It's a long game. And here's a funny story of things progressing in Farmington. If you've ever been in a town or city with roundy rounds for traffic, I'm sure you have an opinion one way or another. Or a funny story. I can tell you when driving in England on the other side of the road with a stick shift on the other side of the vehicle, it took me a good 2 to 3 circles to finally get the correct exit road in the right direction on the right side of the road out of Heathrow Airport, an energizing start to a trip right off the plane. And back to our local area, as reported by the Durango Herald with photos Jerry McBride and Liz Weber. The first lesson in Roundabout 101, slow down and look left when entering. The Farmington Police Department released a how-to video on its Facebook page last Thursday, breaking down how to navigate the city's first roundabout. Sergeant Sean Goodsell with the FPD walked watchers through the process of entering a roundabout. He said the roundabout is meant to make the downtown corridor safer for drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists by reducing speeds in the downtown area. The single-lane roundabout is on Main Street at the intersection with Orchard Avenue. It was part of downtown renovations, which debuted earlier this month. The reopening of Main Street from Court Avenue to Orchard Avenue was part of the months-long first phase of the city's Complete Streets project. The Farmington Main Street program is part of a larger downtown revitalization with the National Main Street America program. Phase 1, launched in early January, focused on expanding the sidewalks along Main Street and adding a roundabout. In the video produced by San Juan Safe Communities Initiative, drivers and cyclists are advised to slow down when approaching, entering, and exiting the roundabout. Look for pedestrians in the crosswalk, yield to vehicles and cyclists in the roundabout, and to be vigilant and patient, or drivers are also advised if they miss their exit to continue in the roundabout until they come to the desired exit again. And don't laugh too hard when you do this. It's important to remember roundabouts are a new feature in our community, so they may take a little bit of time to get used to, Goodsell said. Please be patient and kind to other drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists. Perhaps the best advice in the video comes from Ranger Corriquito as he slowly scoots past on a police Segway. "You kids be safe," he said. So plans and life continues through the crazy year of changes, and if I see a story between broadcasts and uploads, I'll share that link or article or event on our Facebook page, which is DCTV Daily News, where you can also watch the program replay with news links and stories of local interest. And you too can share other events or news there and join in on the conversation. Again, this is your local community TV station, so if you have something that you would like to share, contact us by email. It's dcbnnews@gmail.com, or by phone, it's 970-677-4119. Thanks for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. Programs are broadcast Monday through Friday with replays online on our YouTube channel, or you can watch it on the DCTV Daily News page on Facebook. And if you like the program, please do like and follow us on Facebook and share it with your friends and family. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook, and again, thank you for watching.